Yo, what's up, guys? How are you doing today, man? I'll be talking about the New York Yankees and what they should do in the 2024 offseason. Now, I was a diehard New York Yankees fan. This was an absolute abysmal, super underwhelming season as the Yankees finished 82-80. They do end up having another winning season for the 31st consecutive season in a row. Shout out to them on that. But this was not a good season for the New York Yankees as they finished 7 games behind Toronto Blue Jays for the third and final wildcard spot in the American League, as they finished 4 games ahead of the rival Boston Red Sox, as they finished in 4th place in the AL East for the first time really in forever. This was a severely underwhelming season for the New York Yankees, and it came at a point in the season where they faced the Dodgers at a point, and they had a better record than the Dodgers, who finished with another 100-win season. So at a point, the New York Yankees were a really good baseball team. Aaron Judge goes down, the lineup falls off, the starting pitching just into the last month or so, it wasn't as consistent. Past Garrett Cole, it was not consistent at all. So this is a disaster for the New York Yankees. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about what I think we should do. Before I get into that, I have a couple tweets from Brian Hoke, Yankees reporter, on Aaron Judge, a couple comments, and then I'll get into what I think we should actually do come this offseason. But you just pop up these quotes right here. So the first one is from Aaron Judge. He says that the Yankees need a higher level of urgency from the players, quote unquote. Just because you get to the big leagues and you get to New York, you still got to improve, Judge said. You still got to make adjustments. That's what I think these extra 4 weeks will help guys figure out and get them on the right path. So again, a lot of players come to the New York Yankees and they just fall off a cliff. Carlos Rodon, I'm looking at you. Joey Gallo, I'm looking at you. These are guys that come to the Yankees and just turn to shit. Now this is Carlos Rodon, not even 15 starts into his Yankees tenure, but he has been one of the worst pitchers in Major League Baseball and just had, in my opinion, probably the worst outing in MLB history. 0 outs recorded, 8 earned runs. I'm thinking he didn't get a strikeout because he had no outs. 2 walks. Every person that went up against him, 8 guys got on base. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Now, the next quote, also from Hoke, on Aaron Judge is this right here. Aaron Judge said that he has been speaking with Hal Steinbrenner, obviously the owner of the New York Yankees, this season, and they plan to discuss the Yankees' offseason plan soon, quote unquote. I'm excited to build off of what we got here, and if we can add a couple more pieces down the road this winter, then we'll be in a good spot. So Hal Steinbrenner, he's talking directly to you, literally and figuratively. You need to make some moves for the New York Yankees this offseason, and I would hope that the Yankees do something. I mean, it's not that they're not spending money. We can't get a Hal Steinbrenner he's not spending money. Your Yankees have the second highest payroll in all of Major League Baseball. It's about spending that money correctly and getting the players to give their end of the bargain. The players are making how much $1 million a season? You have to produce eventually, correct? Look at the Yankees lineup. There's only a handful of guys that I think can start off for the New York Yankees this season. And also, from a Talking Yanks account on Twitter, the Yankees, as you guys can see, have lost 80 games in a season for the first time since 1992. 1992. That is 10 years before I was born, because I'm currently 21. That's insane. That's asinine. That's insane. Look, just looking at the Yankees lineup right here. Before I get into, I'll also be looking at the free agents to see other people that I just haven't written down. But looking at the Yankees lineup, I mean, it's not ideal. Let's be honest. It's not ideal. Starting off with catcher, Austin Wells, starting catcher. I can come into that and be like, okay, catcher. I don't have a problem with a catcher at all. Austin Wells, he had a 90 or 96, 97 potentially WRC plus. So it was a slightly below league average hitter, but that pop is there. I definitely want to see more of him defensively. He started off pretty hot, and then runners just started stealing on him. I'm like, chill out, chill out on Austin Wells. And then we'll obviously have Jose Trevino backing him up. He has good chemistry with Garrett Cole. Kyle Higashioka maybe gets non-tender. I don't know if he gets dealt, if he has any value. Ben Warford cannot hit to save his life, but he was Garrett Cole's personal catcher during his tenure with the New York Yankees. So I don't know, to be honest, what's going on with him. He was in that terrible Josh Donaldson trade. First baseman, I think Anthony Rizzo is definitely there. Obviously, I don't expect him to play as good as he was prior to his injury with Fernando Tatis Jr. But he's I can definitely pencil down Anthony Rizzo as a Yankees first baseman next season for sure. He's a league average bat, lefty bat, has pop, and just want to see him fully recover from that concussion, because the fact that they actually allowed him to play post concussion and they didn't diagnose it, like, that just does not make any sense at all. And then second base, obviously Gleyber Torres. A lot of guys at the Yankees cannot have, I mean, what am I saying? A lot of people, the Yankees fans, don't want Gleyber Torres to be re-signed. I get it. He's probably below league average defender this season, but the thing with Gleyber Torres is he just plays so nonchalant. If you watch Robinson Cano, even as a young fan like me, watch Robinson Cano, he was silky smooth, super smooth, a really nice defender. Gleyber Torres is at best a mid-tier defender. Gleyber Torres cannot be that nonchalant, this smooth, this like too cool for school bullshit. Like, my nigga, you are a mid defender. Stop trying to be too cool for school and shit like that. Like, just make the play. Make the play. Like, how many years? It literally cost us a game against the Tigers not too long ago after both beat a game time 3-1 homer of Alex Lang in the like first row of the right field. Like, barely got over the fucking wall, but we'll take it. Yeah, he made that error and we lost that game. Like, that's just disgusting. Third baseman for the New York Yankees. I don't know who our third baseman is, man. I can quickly look at it, I guess, right here and just see who I think the third basemen are. I mean, there's no this Matt Chapman who had a very disappointing second half of the season. We know how good he is defensively. He does have pop as well. I mean, you're looking at old man Evan Longoria, Justin Turner, who, of course, every time JT, you watch him just become washed, even though he was really good with the Red Sox this season. Eduardo Escobar, like Giovanni Urshela, IKF, like, it's getting bad. Matt Carpenter, even though he's literally just a DH at this point. Jeimer Candelario. Jeimer Candelario is a very interesting person. He's been very below league average the last couple of seasons, and then all of a sudden he just has his career year in his contract year. Like, you know, if the Yankees sign Jeimer Candelario, he will just become fucking mid. I mean, not even mid, below league average again. That's just how the Yankees are. But watch them go ahead and sign Candelario. Watch him just revert back to like being like very, very underwhelming. But yeah, third base is a question mark. Peraza, I'm not penciling in my third base. He did not win that job. DJ LeMahieu, he's a super utility guy, and he was a below league average hitter this season. Anthony Volpe at the shortstop, I feel like we can pencil that in, even though he did have a, I guess, underwhelming season, even though he did go 20 but 21 homers and I believe 24 stolen bases and 10 defensive runs saved. He had a lot of errors at shortstop, especially in the second half of the season. He had a below league average bat overall. And yeah, he didn't have a terrible season, but he also did not have a good season, if that makes any sense. He had a very mid. You definitely exceeded my expectations defensively. Offensively, I really don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect out of Anthony Volpe, to be honest, offensively. But a 2020 season for the first time in Yankees history, after all the illustrious legends we have in this franchise, not bad. Left field, question mark. Emerson Pereira, he did not win the left field job. I was excited to see him. He did not win the left field job. Yankees need a left fielder. Couple of guys that can get at left field that I've written down. Cody Bellinger, who again, like Candelario, watch him go ahead and go from being below league average for multiple years and then go to his contract year, approve it deal, and just having not a career year, because Bellinger has won an MVP in his career, but one of the best years of his career in his contract season. Watch him come to us and just fall off. Like, that's the Yankees' luck. But I'm not opposed to Cody Bellinger, but I really feel like he fits perfectly with the Cubs. And shout out to the Cubs fans, even though the guys didn't make the playoffs. You guys had a really impressive season, I guess. So shout out to them. And Jock Peterson, another lefty bat, play him at left field, play him at DH, potentially go ahead and platoon him with Jarko Stanton, who obviously this season played well against lefties, but against righties, he was absolutely pathetic. I wouldn't mind Jock Peterson in New York with the short porch from right field, a nice lefty bat. Jock Peterson, probably like on a 1-year deal. Would not mind that at all. And even as a left fielder, I'll probably have to look into his defensive metric to see how his defense is measured at, but I don't think he's really that good of a defender, just off of prior watching Jock Peterson. So I guess Michael Conforto, that would be my third option. Obviously teammate of Jock Peterson on the San Francisco Giants. I'm taking Michael Conforto guy, very league average bat, but if everything else fails, go out to Michael Conforto on like a 1-year deal. I guess. I mean, those rumors that we would have gotten him this offseason as well, or last offseason technically speaking, but we didn't go out and get him. Very league average, does have some pop, right around. He's really a league average bat, to be honest. Just came off a major injury. I've had a notification. Damn, ESPN blowing me up. Jesus. And then we look at the center field position. Jason Dominguez, I had written down with a broken heart. Jason Dominguez is obviously Tommy John surgery, potentially out for at least 9 months. Will be back by midway next season. That's an absolute huge blow for the New York Yankees. I thought we would have Jason Dominguez, aka the Martian, in center field on opening day in Yankee Stadium, but unfortunately that's not the case. And the Yankees need a center fielder. Now, if you look at center field, I don't know, because you want a depth guy, but we know what Jason Dominguez is. I mean, this is a guy that's going to be playing at least for half of the season with Jason Dominguez out. I mean, you're looking at, again, Cody Bellinger, you're looking at Kevin Kiermaier, who I wouldn't mind. He's a league average bat this season. Harrison Bader, I'm not doing that again. Harrison Bader, by the way, with the Reds has been absolutely pitiful. Like, we got absolutely finesse trading Jordan Montgomery, one of the most underrated pitchers in Major League Baseball, for Harrison Bader. Michael A. Taylor, Kevin Pillar, he's good against lefties, but We're not bringing back. Imagine if we bring back Aaron Hicks. That would be hysterical. Outside of that, though, that ain't cutting it, my guy. That ain't cutting it, because we need Judge in right. We need somebody in left. We need a center fielder. It's not Jason Dominguez. Like I just said, Aaron Judge obviously in right field had a phenomenal season. Still had a 1 OPS, mentioning how many games. He had like 37 homers, played phenomenal. Did struggle for a good amount, but then he got back, and then he finished off the last month with 2-3 homer games against the Nationals and against the Diamondbacks. Shout out to Garrett Cole, that's my captain. DH, Giancarlo Stanton, I haven't penciled in, but he did not do anything really to win the job at DH. It's just that I really don't have anybody else to put at DH, and he also makes a shit ton of money. He's making $32 million for the next 3 seasons, even though the next 3 seasons the Marlins are paying $10 million of it, so we're really paying him $22 million AAV for the next 3 seasons. Even with that, though, he's an absolute fossil. He doesn't even try to run. He absolutely jogs when he goes to, even like in the outfield when he's running out a play at first base. Like when he's trying to run home, like he's such a slot. He does not run, because if he runs, he's gonna pull and tweak his hamstring. Like that's how fragile of a player Giancarlo Stanton is. And then at the plate, this is his worst season in the major leagues. It was all-star last season. The first half he was pretty good. Second half of the season was very underwhelming, and he's only been good this season. Good left-handed pitching, still striking out a decent amount, not really walking, chasing pitches out of the zone, especially off speed. Can't really play him in the outfield because he's an absolute sloth. Can't really send him from third to home willingly because how slow a defender he is. So again, first underwhelming season of Giancarlo Stanton's full-time career with the New York Yankees, because he was underwhelming last season as well. He showed up in the playoffs, hit that home run off Aaron Savale, but even before that, he still had an over 100 OPS plus and WRC plus as well. In terms of what I think the Yankees should let go out of their free agents as batters, IKF has to go. IKF barely played in the second half of the season. He just needs to go. If the Yankees reach on IKF, like, what are we doing? We got to get better depth pieces. Like IKF, like you had that man at center field, left field, shortstop, even third base. Only position he didn't really play was first and catcher, which I thought they would have potentially trolled and played him at that, just to play him at every single position this season, which would have been an insane troll. Now we look at the pitching for the New York Yankees. We're looking at number 1, Garrett Cole. He will go ahead and win his first AL Cy Young this season. Book it right there. I have a number 2 penciled down as Carlos Rodon, but he played so pitiful this year with the New York Yankees. Like a couple times ago, he had 100 miles per hour. Like he might finally be getting to he's playing with the New York Yankees, and then he gets lit up for the worst time in history against the Kansas City Royals, who are a very feisty team. So I don't know what to think about Carlos Rodon. If you look at his peripherals on Baseball Savant, they look absolutely pitiful. If you look at his hard hit percentage, it's very it's below league average. It's in the red circles. If you look at years prior as well, he was getting, if he gets hit, it's getting hit hard. I mean, he's a guy that throws a fastball and a slider primarily. If he's getting hit, it's big flies, it's doubles, it's extra base hits. Like, he's either striking you out, or you're getting a hard hit off of him. He does not induce soft contact. So pitching with the White Sox in that career year, last season with the Giants, pitching in the AL Central, pitching in that Pitchers Park in San Francisco, to now pitching in the AL East. And it's not like he's only been getting lit up in the AL East. He's been getting lit up by the Pirates. Not by the, he gave up 3 runs at Pirates. He had a quality start. He got lit up by the Royals in the AL Central in Kansas City. Like, what are we doing? That's pathetic. Then you have number 3, Nestor Cortez Jr., who just came off an all-star season last season, very underwhelming this season, even though he did just have the best start of his career against the Astros, and then he got injured, and we didn't see for the remainder of the season. So I don't know what to think of Nestor Cortez Jr. I don't think he'll be as good as he was last season, to be completely honest with you, just as a logical fan. He's just a finesse pitcher who we'll see how long he continues to be a serviceable pitcher in the MLB. I still like him, but I'm not expecting him to be an all-star once again, something like that. If he is, cool, but I'm not really like, you have to be an all-star. This is like a bad season for you, Nestor. Like, we know what Nestor, let's be honest, he's a solid pitcher in this league. Number 4, question mark. Number 5, question mark. Michael King, I thought, was my number 5 at the last night, or last afternoon, I guess. He gave up 4 runs to the Kansas City Royals, and yeah, Michael King, I mean, as a New York Yankees, like, this is a guy that has not started at the major league level, and he doesn't have the innings under his belt, and he's a multi-inning reliever that pitches like 2 innings and then he sits down for 2 days. So, like, ideally, as your number 5, it's not terrible. I like what I saw of Michael King, I'm gonna be honest with you, but if you can get an actual starting pitcher, not have to revert one of your best relievers to a starting pitcher, because you know how important and integral he is to that New York Yankees bullpen. If not, I wouldn't mind him as number 5. There's also guys like Drew Thorpe, Yankees top pitching prospect that potentially, with a good spring training, might be up in the Bronx. I'm not too sure. Clark Schmidt, unfortunately, I'm not a fan of Clark Schmidt, I'll be honest with you. He had a nice streak of allowing like 2 or 3 runs or fewer in multiple games. And then he gives up like 2 runs in like 5 innings to the Royals. Like, he gave up so many hits as well. It's not a big fan of, maybe as a reliever, but 3rd time to the order, he's not doing anything. When he goes 3 times to the order, goes like 6 innings, they have like a party on the broadcast with like Kay and Cone, like, oh shit, like, oh shoot, my boy's going 6 innings. Like, he's pitched all season, he's gone to the 6th or 7th inning like a handful of times. Like, if you can facilitate a trade for him, that's cool. Also, Domingo Germán, he just needs to be off this team. I think that's it with the starting pitching. Question marks in terms of the Yankees, in terms of obviously the guys at the free agents for the Yankees in terms of pitching. Sevy, what they're bringing back. Do I want Sevy back? I don't know, to be honest. Again, freaking Montas. He pitched 2 days ago. He pitched like an inning and some change. He gave up no 1 runs, but he gave up like 2 hits back to back. I think he also had a walk. He had a strikeout as well on Porter, I believe, for the Royals. So Sevy, Montas, but I would not be surprised if they bring them back. I'm not 100 or 1,000% opposed to them, but I'm also not like, yeah, bring this guy back 100%. I'm like, they bring him back, cool. If not, I don't really care, to be honest. And I wouldn't mind retaining Wandy Peralta, even though he definitely did take a step back from last season, being a really nice lefty for the New York Yankees. People forget, every game of the Guardian series, he was brought in solely to face Josh Naylor, and he got him out every single time. Now Josh Naylor is really good at left-handed pitching. He pitched every game last season in that series in the playoffs against the Guardians, and he sent. And then pitcher signings, go out and get Yoshinobu Yamamoto. That should be the number 1 priority for the New York Yankees this offseason. Jordan Montgomery, I wouldn't mind him getting as well. Nice reunion with him, but we'll see if he goes back to the Rangers. Eduardo Rodriguez probably will opt out of his contract with the New York Yankees. I mean, with the Detroit Tigers. I not mind him. I'm on New York Yankees, to be completely honest with you guys. And yeah, this is a match. This is one of the biggest free agents, one of the biggest free agencies of New York Yankees history. I cannot wait to see what the Yankees do. Yeah, comment down below. What do you guys think the Yankees should do? Do you guys agree with me, disagree with me? Comment that all down below. But yeah, other than that, yo, that is the video. Comment below, drop a like, comment down below, sub up, just follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and to like to the button. I forgot to the video. Also comment below and subscribe to my NBA and my NFL channel. Links to those will always be in the description box down below. Just drop videos on both of those channels. Drew Holiday trades. We got the Patriots losing, going outside to the fucking Cowboys. Everything is up. Dame trade. Everything's up on those channels. Make sure to go ahead and check those all out down below. Like I said, it's really good, John. I forgot you in the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.